Y'all, it's your boy Ghiman Mckinney back here once again for you guys, bringing you another college football video. Back with another video for you guys. But real quick, before I get into the video, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. We just hit 100 subscribers yesterday. That's amazing, guys. I mean, I couldn't ask for better. This channel's not even been out for a week. It's been out for a week, not even 2 weeks, but, 100 subscribers in not even 2 weeks. That's amazing, guys. So keep up that same energy. Keep liking my videos. Keep subscribing to this channel. Tell your friends about this channel, things like that. But real quick, guys, we're going to get into, some video. We're going to get into this video. We're going to talk about this week in college football, just a little bit, talk about how some teams did, how some teams didn't do, just things like that, and playoff pictures. So let's get right into it. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. But yeah, let's just get started. So we're going to first start off with Ohio State, okay? Now, Ohio State, you got the win. My team, Ohio State Buckeyes. We got the win, but man, this defense, man, starting to get on my last nerves, okay? Now, you held Maryland to 4 of 13 on third down. That's not too bad, but you gave up 51 points, okay? That's just not good. That's not a recipe for success. It's just not. There were special teams mistakes. Urban Meyer, coaches of the special teams, that fake special teams, the fake punt, that was key. If they hadn't have all-out blitzed for no reason, at the end of the game on the fake punt, the game probably wouldn't have went to overtime, but, went to overtime. Dwayne Haskins was amazing, guys. 6 total touchdowns on the day, 3 passing, I believe, 3 rushing. That was crazy because he had only 1 rushing touchdown coming into this game. I think he had like 55 yards rushing on the ground on 14 carries. It's not great, but, he's moving the chains with his legs. He was very hesitant to move the ball with his legs at times, but, like I said, the offense did great. 51 points. J.K. Dobbins close to 200 rushing yards. He carried the load. Mike Weber was unable to play for whatever reason. They didn't talk about that. Offensive line, though, still some very, very big questions. There were key penalties. They blocked pretty well, but the penalties, the false starts, the face masks, to defensive players, that's just not a recipe for success. The offensive line has to get better. Now they're facing Michigan this week. I think this game versus Maryland was kind of a trap game. They looked a little bit too ahead to Michigan. They kind of looked past Maryland, who did beat Texas, by the way. Maryland's not a great team, but they're no pushover, okay? So Maryland, the redshirt freshman McFarland, I think his name's Anthony. I believe it's Anthony McFarland. If I have that wrong, guys, just feel free to comment. Tell me if I'm wrong. But, we're going to call him Anthony for now. The running back, I think his name's Anthony McFarland, I believe. He had, 298 yards. I feel like that name is wrong, Anthony. But I know his last name is McFarland, guys, okay? But, he had, 298 rushing yards. It's not great. 4 of his first 2 runs were, 80-yard touchdowns. It's not a recipe for success, Ohio State. You have to get teams into more manageable third downs. You have to have better success on first down and second down. As far as defense goes, Dwayne Haskins did throw a pick 6. That wasn't his fault necessarily. The pass got tipped. Just very lackadaisical on Ohio State's part. They had 4 total turnovers on the day. J.K. Dobbins with a key turnover. Dwayne Haskins with a key turnover. If they correct some of those turnovers, they might have put up 65 points. But, they didn't, but it's okay. Crucial penalty by Damon Arnett in the end zone, too. It gave Maryland new hope in life. If Ohio State would have just allowed them to have a field goal, they probably would have won the game in regulation. But it went to overtime. Maryland went for 2. Didn't get it. I was so happy. Man, you don't know how hyped I was. But, yeah, it was a great play call by Maryland. I didn't have a problem with the play call, just a bad pass, But Ohio State, like I said, offensively, a lot to be proud of. Defensively, versus the pass, they gave up some big plays. But on the day, the quarterback didn't do a whole lot. Passing the ball, but he didn't need to because they ran the ball so well. But, yeah, Ohio State, you just got to fix some things. But whether you like it or not, Ohio State is in the playoff picture. They just are, okay? West Virginia losing today, it was key. It was huge because I thought West Virginia was going to get in as a one-loss Big 12 champion. Today, Notre Dame, congratulations, Notre Dame. You passed the test today, okay? I was wrong about Notre Dame, okay? I thought they would lose this week. I'm gonna admit to y'all when I'm wrong, okay? Notre Dame did win this week versus Syracuse, 36-3. They shut Syracuse down, which was key because I thought Syracuse's offense would be very good this game, but they weren't. I'm on a neutral site field. It didn't really affect Notre Dame at all. Notre Dame dominated. I thought they would lose to Syracuse or USC, but in all honesty, I think Notre Dame's going to the playoffs. Congratulations, Notre Dame. You proved me wrong. You guys probably are going to the playoffs. Now, let's get back to the Big 12 in West Virginia. West Virginia losing to Oklahoma State. I believe the score was 45 to 41. It was something like that. West Virginia lost by 4 points. I mean, that score might be slightly off, but it was somewhere around that. Okay? West Virginia, losing the game. Oklahoma State, a decent team. It was a road game. That was a trap game, too. They were looking forward to Oklahoma the next week, this coming week. I think West Virginia's still going to win that game, which will leave the Big 12 out of the playoffs. The Big 12 is done for, in my opinion. Oklahoma's their only hope. Oklahoma has no defense. They're terrible on defense. They barely beat Army. Oklahoma, it's going to be a good game, I think, but Oklahoma I just don't think can stop West Virginia at all. And I think West Virginia at home is going to be mad because of the Oklahoma State loss, and they're going to come out with a vengeance. I think Oklahoma, they're in uncharted territory. They're on the road. If it was in Oklahoma, I'd pick Oklahoma. But I just think West Virginia is going to win that game, and I think Oklahoma is going to have 2 losses. They're going to be left out the Big 12 title game. West Virginia is going to win the Big 12, but with 2 losses, I don't see a 2-loss champ getting in this year. I just don't. Okay, there's going to be too many 1-loss Power 5 teams, whether it be Michigan or Ohio State. You got Notre Dame is going to be undefeated. You can't leave an undefeated Notre Dame out. Now, if they have a loss or a slip-up, they're out, in my opinion, depending on what happens. But, Alabama's going to be undefeated for their conference probably, versus Georgia. Listen, Alabama versus Citadel, tied at 10 at the half. What are you doing, Citadel? Really? I mean, I know you won by a lot, but come on. You got to be better. Georgia rolled today. Alabama, Georgia, that's going to be a great matchup. I think that game is going to be very, very close. I'm leaning a little toward Georgia, guys. But I think Alabama's going to win, but it's going to be a close game, okay? But Ohio State, because West Virginia lost, clearly has a path to the playoff, in my opinion, like I just said. If Ohio State wins out and the Big 12 has a 2-loss champ, Ohio State is getting in. There's no other way around it. I don't see them, because they're going to have the win over Michigan. I don't see Washington State jumping Ohio State. I know Washington State has the 1 loss. They played nobody, though. But, Washington State's going to be tested down the stretch versus Washington, some other teams. But, yeah, because Ohio State's going to beat Michigan, if they do that, they're going to be ranked no lower than number 5, okay? LSU beat Georgia. They are ranked number 3 the next week. I don't think Ohio State's going to be ranked number 4, but, I think Georgia will be ranked number 4, and Ohio State will be ranked number 5. Both teams keep winning, and, Ohio State beats Michigan. Georgia beats whoever they play the last game of the year. I forget who it is, but it's a nobody. Heading into those conference championships, guys, Georgia is probably going to be number 4. Alabama's going to probably be number 1. If Alabama wins, Georgia's out. It's that simple. Ohio State, right in. I don't see LSU getting in at all. Listen, guys, stop with LSU needs to get in the playoffs. It's ridiculous. I've heard too many people talk about, LSU, man, look at their resume, man. They're going to make the playoffs over Ohio State. Stop it. It's not happening. LSU has no way to boost their resume. They have no one else left on their schedule. They have 2 losses. They're not getting in, guys. Like I said, Ohio State, whether you like it or not, if they win out, there's a very good shot Ohio State gets in the playoffs. Now, if Oklahoma wins out, there's a toss-up. Who do you put in? A 1-loss Big 12 champ, a 1-loss Big 10 champ, depending on where Ohio State is ranked. Honestly, in that scenario, if Oklahoma were to win out, I'd pick Oklahoma over them. I'm being very unbiased right now because Oklahoma has 1 loss. It's to a ranked team, Texas. Ohio State has 1 loss, and it's to unranked Purdue. You got to split hairs with 1-loss teams. I put in Oklahoma over Ohio State. I just would. I hope I'm wrong if that happens, but I don't think Oklahoma's going to win out. Their defense is too atrocious. West Virginia, like I said, missed opportunity there. Let's talk a little bit about UCF. UCF's not making the playoffs either. They just don't have enough good wins left on their schedule if they're going to try to make a run to boost their resume. They're going to be number 10 this week in the playoff poll probably. But, yeah, like I said, guys, UCF's just not making the playoffs. Their strength of schedule is awful. If they were in a regular Power 5, put them in the ACC, guys. They're losing at least 2 games, okay? Put them in the SEC, probably a 6-4, 5-5 team. I'm being real with you guys. These are facts. UCF's just – they're a good team, okay? They beat Auburn last year, but that's it. consistently they don't play good teams every week. They're not getting the playoffs. So, like I say, guys, as of right now, if I had to pick playoff teams, you know I was wrong with my first playoff predictor, but I would pick Alabama if they win the SEC. You know, I pick Clemson. I think Clemson's going to win out. Pick Notre Dame. I pick Ohio State just because, you know, I think Oklahoma's going to lose that one game. Now, if Alabama loses their conference championship, I'm going to say it right here. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs. They just don't, okay? Like, if they don't win their conference, and listen, if Ohio State wins out, Notre Dame wins out, Clemson wins out, if Georgia beats Alabama, listen, man, I even put Oklahoma over Alabama, okay? I just would. If they have a one loss to a Texas ranked team on, you know, neutral site versus Texas, even Ohio State, one loss conference champ, Oklahoma one loss conference champ, Ohio State one loss conference champ, Alabama, in my polls, not getting in. Now, the College Football Playoff Committee, I actually think they'll do the same thing, you know. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Listen, conference championships have to matter, guys. And last year, the only reason Alabama got in the playoffs was because Ohio State had 2 losses, okay? 2 losses, okay? Not 1, 2 losses. And 2 blowout losses, okay? That's the reason why Alabama got in last year. It's because Ohio State was a 2-loss Big Ten champ. They had 2 bad losses. So, like I said, guys, those are my thoughts on college football this week. You know, go Buckeyes. I'm going to be at the Ohio State-Michigan game. I'm so excited. I'm going to be vlogging for that game. I'm turned. I'm going to be there for game day. It's going to be lit, guys. But like I said, guys, for now, you know, just keep subscribing to that channel. You know, keep bringing feedback to this channel. Comment why I'm wrong, why I'm right, and, you know, just things like that. And, you know, guys, like I said, it's your boy, Ghiman Mckinney. It has been the Juice Alert, and I'm out.